Yeah, hi, this is part 2 of my video on how to make a spiral tree. This is a couple years later. I've had several people ask me about the spacing and stuff like that, and I also modified this tree so that it can be taken apart, which I didn't do on the first videos. For those who are asking, I'm going to show you how I came up with the where to place the screws and the spacing and stuff. As you can see, this time my tree last time was 7 feet tall. It was glued together, so I couldn't take it apart. So this time I decided I wanted to make it a little bit taller. So now I'm going to make it 9 feet tall. And I've cut the PVC and I've put couplings on it so that I can take it apart after the season. So to show you how I've put this thing together and come up with the coil, I'm going to start at the top. So what I did is on this upright right here, right at the top, I put a screw. Okay. And that's going to be, I'm going to have one on each one of the uprights, and that's for the first 8 channels. Now I do 8 red and 8 blue together, and then I do 8 white and 8 green together. So then what I did is I put a screw in the middle of those, and that would be for the second set, the 8 white and the 8 green. So basically all I do is just wrap it down. Like this. And what I do is I take one string and I wrap it down and I mark where I want this string to go. After I do that, then I go ahead and mark all the other uprights exactly in the same spot. So as you can see here, I don't have any screws in there yet. So these all have screws on them because I'm taking them out because this is the original tree, so I'm going to take them all out and start all over again. But what I'll have is, once I get this first wrap on there, is a marking on for each one of these. Now if I go all the way around those things exactly in the same spot. Okay, so now I have 2 strings on there, and before I show you that, what I wanted to show you is that last couple years, when this thing was only 7 feet tall, what I thought looked good was starting on one side, like right there at the top, and wrapping it around 1.5 times so that the bottom of it ended on the opposite side, and I thought that looked pretty good. But at 9 feet tall, I tried that, and I don't really think it looks that well because it's, you know, it might, and I would suggest that you wrap it around until you find out if you like it or not. But what I did is this time it just goes around 2 times. So, like I said, what I do is I have one strand on one upright and the other strand on the other upright. After I wrap the first one down and mark the holes, I have the second one go down and follow it on the opposite posts so that I create an even spacing. For the color in between, which is what a lot of people haven't understood what I was doing, is I use that screw that's in between there, and then I actually follow right between the gap, all the way down between the gap. And that's how I get the second set of 8. Let me show you that. Okay, so as you can see, the strand starts here on the first post, and then I wrap it away round down. Here's a screw that I can hook the strand on. The post next to it, the strand next to it comes down and touches the screw on the same spot, the post next to the one here. So you see, once you put these screws all the way around, each strand is going to touch this screw. Go down to the next one, and you can see there it touches, here it touches, here it's going to touch. The green and the white for me is going to get attached here, and they're going to go right down between these. I have not put the screws in there, but you can see there's a screw hole there, and there's going to be a screw hole there. Okay, so here's the string in the middle, and as you can see up here, I start between the 2 red ones, and I go down between them all the way around like that. Now, until you get down to the bottom. I haven't marked them or put the screws in them yet. So you can use this for 16 or 8s, you know, 2 sets of 8s like I've done, or actually I'm using 4 sets of 8s, however you want. But I hope this explains a little bit. So as far as the spacing goes, just take the first one, set it on there, mark all the posts, put the screws in there, and then go all the way around each post, putting screws exactly in the same spot. Now if you wanted to, you could use, say, a silver screw for one set of 8 and a gold screw for the other set of 8. So as you get all these screws on there, you wrap it around, you don't get lost. That might be a good way to keep them separated, or just however you think is the best way to do it. So anyway, I hope this helps those who were kind of wondering. If you have any other questions, go ahead and hit me up in email on YouTube, and I'll see what I can do for you. Okay, bye.